Alright, so once you restart Mac, I'm going to have to put in the iBoot legacy disk. Yeah. CD. Usual. So once you boot from the iBoot legacy, we still got to have a job of trying to boot a Mac from the hard drive instead of the CD. So in order to do that, we gotta put in the iBoot legacy one more time, and then wait for it to load. Of course, you'll still see a loading thing on that top left corner. Give it a sec, and there we go. So it's gonna switch over to your newly installed Mac, and when you first install it, it's just gonna show you the rest of the setup. You just follow the instructions. It's pretty easy. So once you get that started and hit enter on the Mac logo right here, don't boot from the iBoot legacy because we already got past that installation. So hit enter. When you select the Mac, suddenly you'll get an Apple logo screen. Just give it a couple of seconds to load, and should be able to boot from the disk, not the hard drive just yet. I'm going to show you how to do that. But before we get to that, I want to get to a thing called MultiBeast. You can simply download that from Tony Mac. And you don't have to worry about this password screen. That one I already set up after the installation, so that's up to you. Just remember the password. Alright, so where to go from here? Well, if you ever used a Mac before, to ever want to eject a CD, you really can't do that with the external DVD drive. The reason that being is because you're basically putting a Mac on a PC, so it doesn't recognize every single driver on your motherboard. And again, it's called KEX, not drivers. So I'll let you know. So you just click and drag this little CD thingy to the eject thing, and that's how you eject the CD. Now, your hardware may differ, so you don't have to worry about that. Just hit the eject button. Depends on your hardware. So. Next, we'll just take a MultiBeast. You can put on a flash drive. It's a zip file. Not a big deal. You put it in. Let it load. There we go. Good. Then you go to like wherever you saved your MultiBeast. So I had to go to iMac Supplies. Here it is. You just click and drag to the desktop. I'm also going to copy this since I'm kind of lazy. Trying to remember the codes, but now the drivers. The drivers are in this MultiBeast zip 3.9.0, and it may be different versions too, but that's the particular one we're going to use for Snow Leopard. So double click that, double click MultiBeast. Now when you double click MultiBeast, it's going to crash the first time. Don't panic, that's normal. Once you open up the second time, it won't crash. Why is that? It's just a problem with the MultiBeast, but it's not a big deal. Like, it may happen any second. You just follow instructions. Over here is all the drivers. So what you want to do is, if you have regular iBoot, just go with EasyBeast install. If you have iBoot Legacy, don't select it, or don't check it. And use a DSDT. Now you may be thinking, what the heck is a DSDT? Well, it's really easy in English. If you go to Tony Mac website, you download a particular DSDT file, it's an extension for your motherboard, it will install all the drivers, pretty much. All the audio, all the internet, all the KEX drivers for that particular motherboard. And there's all different types of motherboards out there, and they already have it on the Tony Mac website. It's called TonyMacX86.com. So if you want to check that out, he has all the motherboards tested and ready to go when you want to download them. But we're using iBoot Legacy, and I'm doing it on my laptop. So the only way to get through that is going to be a little different. I'll show you that later. And the drivers, that's easy. Just look for the ones that are particular to your hardware, like audio, graphics, network. And this is the most important though, bootloaders. You want to select Chromium V1.5.4. And what that will do is, it'll help you boot from the iBoot Legacy on your hard drive and not your disk. Very important. So once you select all the things here and there, I mean, the only ones I'll probably check for the most important are Chromium and system utilities. So this way you can repair permissions when you update a Mac. And that's another thing. If you want to update your Mac, you can. It's just one problem. I'll show you what I mean. So I just hit go back. Before I even do that, I just go to, I just realized it's on my flash drive. Mac OS X Update Combo. You can also download it from the Mac website. It doesn't matter. So once you download that, you open it up, you just follow instructions. It's pretty easy. Only thing is, don't reboot. I say it again, just don't reboot, because if you try to reboot after you install the update, you're not going to get function properly Mac. And the only way to fix that is by installing the update, but don't restart the computer. Go straight to Multi-Beast. And then once you install the KEX drivers, then restart the computer, and then it'll be back to normal. However, though, you'll still have the trouble of trying to boot from the hard drive instead of CD. So I'm going to tell you how to do that. So once you get that installed, and once you get Multi-Beast installed, again, the only thing you need to install from Multi-Beast mostly is the, what you may call it, the Chromium bootloader, and the system utilities, the bootloader, and most importantly, it's somewhere. Here, the IO USB family rollback. And what that will do is, each time you install each update from Mac, after a couple of combo updates, you have to select that first. Otherwise, when you restart the computer without checking this, and suddenly you put a flash drive in, you'll see words on the screen just go panic, and the thing froze. What does that mean? It means your iMac crashed, pretty much. So just select that and the bootloader and all the other drivers like audio, network, motherboard, graphics card. Even works with ATI and NVIDIA graphics cards if you have that on your desktop.